You have a decision to make, so you call your best friend. She says, go for it. You call your sister. She says, be careful. You ask your colleague. He says he would not risk it. You ask your mother, and she says, whatever makes you happy, which is not an answer at all. And now you have four completely different opinions from four people who all love you and want the best for you. And you are more confused than you were before you asked anyone. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly why this keeps happening and why the problem is not the people you are asking. It is the asking itself. And if you want something practical to take away, my free 15-minute Unstuck challenge guide is in the description. 5 questions that replace every opinion you have been collecting. Completely free, grab it before you leave. But first, let us talk about what is actually going on. Before I tell you why asking everyone makes it worse, I want to say something first. The fact that you ask people for advice does not mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you lack confidence. It doesn't mean you are incapable of thinking for yourself. It means you care about getting it right. It means the decision matters to you, and it means you are trying to be responsible. And asking the people around you for their perspective, that is a completely human thing to do. We are wired for it. The instinct to check with others before making a big move is not a modern weakness. It is ancient, it is built in, it is deeply human. So when you pick up the phone and call your friend before making a decision, that is not you being incapable. That is evolution. The problem is evolution did not prepare you for a world where you have 20 people to ask, where every person has a different perspective, where the advice of your mother and the advice of your colleague and the advice of a stranger on the internet can all land in your head at the same time. Because that much input does not create clarity. It creates noise. Here is what the research shows, and it is not what most people expect. A study by psychologists Epp and Lauren showed something fascinating about how human makes complex decisions. When a decision involves many variables, many moving parts, many emotional considerations, many possible outcomes, your conscious mind actually struggles to process all of it at once. Your conscious mind is good at simple logical problems. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. If this, then that. But complex, emotionally layered decisions, the kind that actually keep you up at night, those are processed better by a different part of your brain, a deeper part, the part that works quietly in the background when you are not forcing it. And what most people call that gut feeling. And here is where asking everyone starts to work against you. Every opinion you collect, you are adding more to an already overloaded mind. More angles, more things to consider, and the more you load it up, the quieter that gut feelings becomes. The one that was already trying to tell you something. It gets buried under your friend's worry, your sister's caution, your mother's well-meaning assurance. You came to them looking for clarity, but without realizing it, you talked yourself further away from the one voice that already had the answer. Your own. Now here's the part that really matters. When the people around you give you advice, they are not actually responding to your situation. They are responding to your situation through the lens of their own life. Their own fears, their own regrets, their own experiences, their own unresolved decisions. Your friend who says go for it, maybe she spent years playing it safe and regrets it. She is not seeing your situation clearly. She is seeing her own. Your sister who says be careful, maybe she took a risk once that did not work out and it still stinks. She is not warning you about your future. She is actually protecting herself from her past. Your colleague who says he would not risk it, maybe he has a mortgage and 2 kids and a completely different relationship with financial risk than you do. His answer is right for his life, not yours. And your mother, she just wants you to be happy, which is not a decision framework. None of these people are wrong. None of them are bad advisors. They love you. They are trying to help you. But they cannot see your life from the inside. They cannot feel what you feel when you imagine saying no. Only you can feel that. And every opinion you collect from someone who cannot feel what you feel pulls you further away from the only information that actually matters. And that you already know. I want to talk about something specific here, because this is the part most people never connect. Every time you ask someone for advice and receive an opinion that conflicts with what you already felt, you create what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. Your gut was leaning one way. Now you have an opinion pulling you another way, and your brain has to hold both of those things at once. That tension is exhausting, and the more opinions you collect, the more tensions you are holding simultaneously. Think about the last time you asked multiple people for advice on something important. Remember how you felt after? Not clearer, in fact, more tired. That exhaustion is not just emotional, it is cognitive. Real, measurable depletion of your capacity to think clearly and make good decisions. And here's the cruel irony. The more exhausted you get from collecting opinions, the less capable you become of actually deciding. So, you ask one more person because you feel you just need one more perspective, one more piece of the puzzle. And that person gives you one more conflicting opinion, and you get more exhausted, and you feel even less capable of deciding, and you ask one more person, and this is the loop. This is why you can spend weeks asking everyone around you and end up further from a decision than when you started. You are not going in circles because you are indecisive. You are going in circles because every new opinion is adding weight to a brain that is already carrying too much. I want to be honest about something. Asking for advice feels productive. I agree. It feels like you are doing something, like you are being responsible, like you are taking the decision seriously, like you are not just rushing impulsively. And so you keep doing it because stopping feels like giving up, like being reckless, like not caring enough about getting it right. But there is difference between seeking genuine perspective and using other people's opinions to avoid making the call yourself. And most of the time, if you are honest with yourself, you already know which one you are doing. I have spoken to so many people who have asked 10, 15, 20 people for advice on the same decision. And when I ask them, what did all of that advice actually change? The answer is almost always the same. Nothing. The advice does not change what they knew. It just delayed the moment they had to face it. Because facing it means owning it, and owning it means if it goes wrong, there is nobody else to point to. And that is the real reason you keep asking. Not because you need more information, because you are looking for someone to share the weight of the decision with you. And I understand that completely. I do. But nobody can carry that weight for you. And the longer you try to hand it to someone else, the heavier it gets. So, what do you actually do with all of this? You stop collecting opinions and you come back to yourself. And I know that sounds simple, but stay with me. I'm not saying never ask anyone. Ask, but one person who has real experience with this, who won't just tell you what you want to hear. That's worth something. That conversation is worth having. But one, not 10. Because after a point, every new opinion just adds more noise. So you take what you need. And then you come back to the only question that actually cuts through all of it. What will happen, Max? What is the absolute worst that can happen if I make this decision and it goes wrong? Write it down specifically, not vague. Actual specific outcomes. What do you lose? What do you have to rebuild? What does your life look like 6 months later? Then ask yourself, can I survive this? Have I survived something like this before? If worst happens, is there another way forward? When my sister was stuck in taking a decision that was going to change her entire life, she had already asked everyone around her. She had collected every opinion, she was drowning in advice and had never been further from a decision. I did not give her one more opinion. I asked her only one question. What will happen, Max? And I walked her through it. The worst case scenario, specifically, out loud. And she realized for the first time after all those conversations with all those people that the worst case was survivable. That it was actually just ending up back where she already was. That decision that had taken weeks of asking everyone around her took her about 10 minutes once she stopped asking outwards and started looking inward. That is what the right question does. It does not give you someone else's answer. It gives you access to your own. The people you have been asking for advice, they love you. They are trying to help you. There's no doubt. But they cannot make this decision for you. And the more you ask, the further you get from the one voice that actually knows. Yours. So stop collecting opinions. Start asking the right questions. What will happen, Max? And if you want the full process, step by step, my free 15-minute Unstuck challenge guide is in the description. 5 questions, 15 minutes only. And by the end of it, you will have more clarity than every conversation you have had about this decision put together. It is free, go and get it. And if this landed for you today, subscribe, because this is what we do here every single week. No empty advices, no motivational speeches, just honest, clear thinking about the decision that actually matter. I'll see you in the next video.